What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trey's Trades, where we get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor nor expert. I am just some random dude on YouTube, so take what I say with a grain of salt. I need to drink a dew. Holy cow. My throat was dry. My apologies. The reason that I started this channel is because a couple years back I was about $30,000 deep in some pretty bad medical debt, and I was very fortunate to have some close family, friends, and mentors that pushed me to work really hard and invest my money in the market. And I am now happy to say that I am financially free. So if I can pass along any of the information, resources, or tools that are given to me and make your lives even if a little bit better, that's all I can ask for. Lastly, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this, as I do post videos every day, multiple times a day. Now I'd like to give a shout out to the first 4 patrons that joined over at the Patreon. Zach, Francis, and Brandon, thank you for growing the growth tier. And Mike Sanchez, thank you for joining the tier of filth. I appreciate you guys' support so much. They are going to have access to the private Discord, be able to bounce different trading ideas off of each other, and they will get first access to my portfolio and daily trades. So with that being said, let's take a look at ticker symbol OCGN, Ocugen Incorporated. And I would not have been able to get this stock out to you guys a couple days back if it wasn't for a subscriber that recommended this stock to me. So I just want to thank all of you guys so much. That's what makes Trey's Trade special, the community out here special, is the fact that we all work together to find the hot stocks. All I do is the technical analysis, guys. I just look at the charts and I decide whether or not I think it's worth buying. And then based off of what you guys give me, you know, if it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even made money on this stock. So thank you guys so much for putting this on the radar. And we're going to talk about, you know, different resistance and support levels that we're looking at right now, the trading trend, the overall bearish and bullish movement on the stock, the volume weighted moving average, the Rsi Indicator. We're going to look at this from a macroscopic and microscopic point of view so that I can make your investing decisions a little bit easier. Now, I do want to disclose that I do have a position in this stock. I am currently in OCGN at a dollar cost average of about $3.20 with 500 shares, and my game plan is to hold this until we retest possibly some of the pre-market highs, and we did touch about $3.76. So I will get out of this stock if I see, you know, a breakthrough some support levels that we're talking about. I'll take a small loss on the stock, but this is a more speculative one, but I do think it has potential, and let me tell you why. Ocugen is a company that is releasing a COVID vaccine for India, which is the second most populous country in the world. And we are still expecting a news catalyst to come out on Ocugen. They are pending FDA approval on the vaccine. And if this FDA approval does go through and they are approved, I do anticipate we're going to see another massive run-up on Ocugen. If any of you guys have any information on this FDA approval, when we're expecting it, please let me know in the comment section down below. That way everybody here can be up to date with what's going on Ocugen. But let's just lay out the levels of support and resistance that we have. So we are going to see a pretty solid support right here at about $2.88, and we are pretty close to that right now in the pre-market. If you do see, you know, initially if we change this to the 2-day chart, you can see that we saw a pretty heavy amount of buying pressure. We did shoot up to about $2.76, and then since then we have been very bearish. We have been dropping off, and if we look at the charts here, you can see that we've done kind of the same thing, right? A lot of the price action that's been happening has been gap up movement. It's been all in the pre-market and after hours, and we did reach a high of about $4.60. So a lot of the movement on the stock does seem to happen during that time, so do pay attention to that trend. I mean, if you actually look at the price action on this stock, most of it has actually happened in the pre-market and after hours. So I am interested to see what we do see during the regular market hours today, because historically speaking, there's not a lot of movement during that period of time. If anything, it is bearish. So that will be interesting to watch. But with that being said, you know, we do have support at 288, and the next level of price action is right around here. We do have a level of support, which was a prior level of resistance at 277, and then after that, you know, our next level of support is going to be right around here at $2.44. So if you are currently in this stock, you know, I'm going to leave it completely up to you. We are depending on, you know, FDA news catalyst. We are expecting them to approve the vaccine, and if they do, I do think that is going to push this stock up pretty pretty decently high. You know, I could see us pretty easily crushing this 460 price valuation that we had prior. I would not be surprised with $5, $6, even $7 if that FDA approval does go through. So you may be looking at a small loss if you are in the stock anywhere in the 277 to 340 range, but personally, I do think that is likely to happen, and it may be worth holding on to a 3 to 5 to 10% loss, so that if that FDA approval does go through, you can ride that momentum up with the buying hype. And if that FDA approval does not go through, at that point, I would definitely consider taking your losses if you're not up on this stock. But if you got in when I told you guys to, when this was on my radar, thanks to my subscribers, you got in probably around $1 or under $2 at the very least. So you are definitely looking at a profit right now. Most of you guys are probably up over 100%. So at this point, you're playing on house money anyways. So if you'd like to, maybe a way to play this is to take half of the investment that you have, take half your position, take profits, and let the other half ride if you are nervous about it. Personally, I think I'm going to let my investment on this ride. I am in higher than you guys were. I was in on Bio-Nanogenomics, and I was not able to get any dry powder in this until I sold out of that position. So I did get in a little late to the game, but I do feel very solid about my position, and I do see some potential upside here in the future. So we are going to be looking to hold this level of support at 288, and we are currently coming pretty close to testing that out in the pre-market at the moment. And then we are going to look to push past a couple levels of resistance. In the near side, we're looking at 325, and then after 325, we are looking at $3.77. And if we can push past 377, I would not be surprised with the end of day price valuation over $4. It is just going to highly depend on when we get this FDA approval, what kind of news coverage we're seeing in India, will we have any news coverage in the States. This is all going to affect the price valuation on Ocugen, because this has solely been pushed by news catalyst, right? If you look at the price action in the past, it was pretty flatlined, a lot of neutral movement, trading pretty much at 30 cents without any sort of fluctuation whatsoever. And now all this price action, we are seeing a pretty steady drop in volume since this initial 2-day spike. However, it does look like we are just beginning to heat up. This is looking a lot like JAGX, right? So the volume action that we're seeing here, this is a small bump like we saw out of JAGX. So this could just be the beginning, to be honest. Granted, this has been pretty bearish price action, right? A lot of it has been profit taking as sellers. It could be short sellers, but nonetheless, it is a bump in price action. So I would not be surprised if we do see another run up on this stock, as a lot of this has happened in the pre-market and after hours off of not a lot of volume, right? I mean, we do see a decent amount of volume right here at this point. Profit taking, I would wager to guess. But I do think it is likely that we see over $4 here. So if you're looking at this, my plan is to swing trade. I will probably hold this for anywhere between a day to a week if necessary. I'm looking at anywhere between 10 to 50% margin of return. And if we do get that FDA approval, I think this is going to be an easy another extra 100% run up on this stock. But of course, if you guys got in at my entry point that I suggested, you're already doing fantastic for yourself, and you're probably not sweating too much whatsoever because you're already up 100%. The Rsi Indicator, if we take a look at that real quick, in the pre-market yesterday, we were extremely oversold. Anything over 70 is oversold and overbought, as I was. Anything over 70 is overbought, and we were looking at 96, right? So that is very heavy, and that is why we are likely to see this, pretty neutral movement in the RSI in the regular market hours. And, if you look here, we were approaching 70, but not quite overbought at this given time. Right now, we're approaching oversold. So if we do approach oversold at market open, I would not be surprised if we see some buying pressure begin to step in, especially with anticipation of FDA approval and the fact that we have not seen anywhere near as much volume as we did in these 2 days, right? So if we do approach these volumes that we have seen in the past week, I would not be surprised if we push over $4, $5, $6. This could be another home run. So if you do have a position in the dollar and some change range at this given moment, personally, I would consider either holding your investment to let it ride. You are up over 100% at the moment, so the risk is, not extremely high. But if you don't want to do that, I would consider taking profits on half of of your position and letting the other half ride to see if that FDA approval does go through, as I do think it is very decently possible. Now, the 7-day trend is overall bullish. We are looking at pretty bullish action. Currently, we are trading under the volume weighted moving average, and this is slightly different from the volume moving average. This does take into consideration overall volume, either additional or lack of, and just gives, I feel, a better indicator of, you know, whether we're looking at bearish or bullish movement. And we are currently sitting just under the volume weighted moving average, so just slightly bearish. We are going to be looking for a bounce of 288, and if not 288, 277 as the next level of support, as we have a couple touch points here as prior level of resistance. So do be watching for that at market open. If you'd like to get into this stock, you know, try and establish a position anywhere between 244 and 288. I think you're going to do pretty well for yourself, especially if you do get that FDA approval on the vaccine for India. This stock is going to be an absolute out of the park hit for sure. That is what I have for Ocugen today, guys. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comment section if you made some pretty nasty, filthy, disgusting returns on this stock. I'm very, very happy for the subscribers that we have here. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Like I said before, I could not do this without you guys. That's what's special about the community. You guys bring me these stocks. This was not on my radar whatsoever. The pharmaceutical sector right now is extremely hot. This is where the money's flowing, and that was not on my radar whatsoever. So you guys are completely to thank here. All I did was look at the charts and tell you, you know, this is what we're looking at, right? And it's looking really promising. So thank you guys very much. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It does help support the channel. Consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. And lastly, I do have an affiliate link for TubeBuddy in the description box down below. Now, TubeBuddy is an SEO optimization website that I personally pay a $9 per month subscription fee for the pro membership. I would not recommend this to you guys if I did not personally use it. And I do highly recommend it if you are a content creator or looking to become a content creator. It is completely what I attribute going from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in 17 days to. So if you do use my link, I do receive a 50% commission on your investment into the website. So there's a great way to support the channel. They do have a free option as well with a few less tools. And if you're not interested at all, I'm just glad to have you here as a part of the community. So thank you for coming to the video today, my friends, and I will see you all next time. Peace.